picture, we can see and observe how the stress strain curve achieved, okay, in the form of tensile test. Okay, this stress strain curve is much more important, or we can say that it is very, very important for the strength of material. And next, whatever the subjects you see for the sake of the design purpose, means you're going to design the component and the product in theory of machine. We have to design any gear, means we have to find out the dimension of the gear and universal joint, knuckle joint. These are the joints we going to design. So for this purpose, the stress strain curve is much more important. Okay, in previous lecture, we see that how we conduct different tests and which test is important, and we start the tensile test. We start the tensile test for the component. So tensile test is useful to measure the strength of the material or metal. Okay, so right now I'm going to show you how the stress strain curve generated and what its function with a video. You go through this video and I ask some question after observation of the video. So, if you have any doubt, then you can, if you have any doubt, then you can ask at the end of the video. So just go through this video. First, I initially start. I on my mic. Speaking. Okay, students, see this diagram. Okay, go through this diagram, and in this diagram, what you see, we can observe this is stress strain curve, stress strain curve, and this curve is made from observation due to the load application and the deformation occur in the spring, in this spring. So what happened? You can see OA. What is OA? Anyone can say that? Give me answer. What is OA? Anyone can answer? What is OA? Students, what is OA? You don't know the answer? I already told you.
Stress, stress,
This and
सर आवाज ब्रेक होते तुमची.
hello. Now my voice is clear. Hello.
Yes, sir.
What is OA in this diagram?
Stress,
No, beta. This is not stress. OA is the proportional limit. What happened till OA? How much we increase the stress, the strain is increase respective. Means if we little bit increase, then strain is increased. Okay, there is a proportional limit. So we get this linear line. OA is linear. Okay, so we say that OA is the proportional limit. Proportionality limit means stress strain is increase and decrease in a linear form. Okay, and after AB, okay, B point is we gain, and what is the B? BOA is the proportional limit and OB is the elastic limit. What do you mean by elastic limit? Means elasticity. What is the elasticity? Elasticity is that when we apply a load on a particular component, so a strain is developed, and when we remove the load, what happens? The material or component regain its original shape or position. Okay, so B is the elastic limit, means till B, whatever the force we apply, whatever the strain is developed, after moving load, material gets its original position. Okay, so next point is C. Okay. So what is C? B also called B point as a yield point. Means after B, yielding is start. What happened? Yielding is start. But what do you mean by yielding? Means plastic deformation will start. So there is 2 points B and C. B is the upper yield point and C is the lower yield point. From the B, yielding is start, and whatever the stress stress value at the point B we called yield stress. Whatever the stress value at the B, we call it stress yield stress. Okay, and after the C, the deformation is very fast. Means the deformation is very fast. Means as respect to the load, the deformation get very fast range. Okay. Diagram, stress strain diagram like this. Okay. So C, you get the D point. After C, you get the D point. And D, after D, what happened? After D, D point is the self-elongation point. Means what happens? The deformation due to its position, means we don't increase the load, but deformation is continue. That is called the self-elongation point. That is called the self-elongation point. Okay. So after D, there is a point. After D, there is a point E. Okay. There is a point E. And E is the fracture point. E is the fracture point. Means like you see in this diagram, what happened? The spring is breakdown at the point E. And D, whatever the stress value we get at the point D, that is called SU, ultimate stress. This is SY, your yield stress, and this is your ultimate stress. Means, what do you mean by ultimate stress? Ultimate strength is the maximum stress value during the tensile test. If anyone can tell me what is the ultimate tensile stress? What is the ultimate tensile stress? The answer is, in the tensile test, the maximum tensile strength value, for the tensile test, that is called ultimate strength. That called ultimate strength. Okay, so this is all about the tensile test. Means tensile test is all about this stress strain diagram. Tensile test is nothing but this all about this stress strain diagram. Okay, so now what we going to discuss? We're going to discuss hardness test. Okay, so what is the hardness test? First, anyone can tell me what is the hardness? What is the hardness? Anyone can tell me what is the hardness? What is the definition of hardness?
Sound को सर?
हाँ बोलिए अनिकेत.
The ability to metal the strongness is also called as hardness of the metal.
No. So the answer is not right. Ability of the material for the resisting the scratching and intonation means आपका जो स्क्रैच करते हैं ना उसको रजिस्ट करता है. अगर कोई मटेरियल बहुत हार्ड है तो क्या होगा कि आप उस पे जैसे कोई नुकीली चीज से स्क्रैच करेंगे तो वो उसका अपोज करेगा, मतलब उस स्क्रैच को रजिस्ट करेगा. या फिर कोई नुकीली चीज है, कोई पिन पॉइंट है, आप उस पे प्रेशर दे के अप्लाई करते हैं तो उसमें कोई इम्पैक्ट नहीं आएगा. दैट इज द हार्डनेस to resist the scratches and the intonation. That is the hardness. Okay. So how we measure the hardness? By the hardness test. We measure the hardness by the hardness test. So whatever the mechanical property is there, this is very much important for your oral perspective. Means when your oral is occur, some question may be arrived from your mechanical property. Some question will arrive from your mechanical property. Okay. And the mechanical property is also very much important as per your theory examination. As per your theory examination. So why we conduct this hardness test? To measure the hardness. Measure hardness by placing an indenter into the material surface. So we just forcing the indenter into the material surface. Indenter, what is the indenter? Indenter made of the harder material, usually in the form of ball, pyramid or cone. Means indenter is like in three form: ball, pyramid or the cone. Early hardness test done by the comparing with the 10th standard mineral, increasing hardness on the Morse scale. Now see, these are the materials. These are the materials. So what happened? There is the hardest material in the world, that is called the diamond, and another hardest material is the glass. Maximum time what happened? The hard material is have brittleness also. Means whatever the hard material, that is brittle also. What is the meaning of brittleness? When we apply the force on the hard material or any material, and they can break into the pieces. When we apply the force on the particular material, and material is break in the pieces, that property called is brittleness. Okay, so maximum hard material have a brittleness property also. Okay, so here important test, how we conduct the hardness test. So there are the four test. Brinell hardness test. Brinell hardness test is a machine where we conduct this hardness test. Rockwell is also a machine, Wicker hardness test and spoon hardness test. So why these name is there? Brinell, Rockwell, Vickers and Snoop, because these name of invent this type of machine to test the hardness. So Brinell hardness test. So what is the name of this scientist? See, Dr. John August Brinell. That's why this hardness test name is Brinell. What is the scientist name? Dr. John August Brinell in 19th century, performing by the pressing steel ball into the surface of a test piece using appropriate force. How they conduct the test, hardness test? They select a steel ball and he applied the force on the steel ball against test piece surface and he conducted the hardness test. Now what is the formula for that? Formula Brinell hardness test number. We get a number here, HBRBHN. The notation is HBRBHN. HB hardness Brinell R. BHB means Brinell hardness number. Okay, Brinell hardness number denoted by these two, HBRBHN. Okay, number. So now HB equal to 4. Whatever the force we apply, area of the intention means area of the intention means where we apply the ball, whatever the area. So see here, force is the P and there is 2D, capital D and small d. What is the capital D? Diameter of the steel ball. See, diameter of the steel ball. And what is the small d? Diameter of intonation, means where the, means what happens when we apply the ball, put the ball on the surface of the test material. So what happens? Very less area contact with the ball. When we apply the force on the ball, then what happens? The ball is inserted to the material, and when ball is inserted in the material, whatever the diameter covered by the ball, that is our small d. That is our small d. So there is a formula, force P pi d by 2 in bracket capital D minus under root d square minus small d square. That is the formula. Means if we know the small d, because capital D is the fixed, ball diameter is fixed, so there is no problem for that. The variable is only small d and p. The variable is small d and p. In this formula, there is two variables, p and small d. Pi is the constant and capital D is the constant. Okay, pi is the constant and capital D is the constant. Okay. Now, derived in USA, Rockwell test. What about the Rockwell test? The test is derived in the USA. The most common method, simple to perform, required no special skill, quick and direct reading is there. Performed when hardness is beyond the range of Brinell test. So when we perform the Rockwell test, when the hardness is beyond the Brinell hardness number, means when we reach the maximum number of the Brinell hardness number, after that we can perform this Rockwell hardness test, because there is a limit for the Brinell hardness test, but after Brinell hardness test, when there is no possibility to perform the Brinell hardness test, we go for the Rockwell hardness test. So, Baker's hardness test. Now, the most accurate test has continuous scale of hardness 10 to 1000. Indenter. Diamond square base pyramid with 136 angle between opposite face. So, Vickers hardness test, when we perform, this is Vickers hardness test is more accurate in comparison to the Rockwell hardness test and the Brinell hardness test, because the huge range 10 to 1000, and here the indenter is what is the indenter? Here indenter is a pyramid, not a ball. Indenter is a pyramid, not a ball. Okay, so the specific pyramid the Brinell means we can apply the less load in comparison to Rockwell and the Brinell. And what is the range? The range is 1 to 1000 gram, not kg. 1 to 1000 gram means what happened? 1 gram to 1 kg only. The load limit is maximum 1 kg for checking the hardness test. Suitable for small, thin, selected specimen region. Okay. So, for measuring a small component hardness, a thin component hardness, we use the Vickers hardness test. So, this is the formula for the Vickers hardness test. HB, Vickers hardness Vickers. 1.854 P, where P is the applied force divided by D square. What is the D? Length of the diagonal. Length of the diagonal means, what is the length of the diagonal means? Means length of this pyramid diagonal. There is a pyramid now, and pyramid has a diagonal, so D is the diagonal length of the pyramid. Now, Knoop hardness test. In the Knoop hardness test, what happens? There is a similar like a Vickers hardness test. Here also we use the diamond pyramid with a short depth and diagonal is ratio 7.7 ratio 1. Means the diagonal is 7 and 1 ratio. Measure diagonal length under the microscope. Knoop hardness test number designed by the HK hardness Knoop test and 14.2 T divided by L square, where L is the longest diagonal length. Longest diagonal length. So what is the difference between Knoop and the weaker hardness? There is also diagonal, but main difference is constant number 1.854 and here is a 14.2. Okay, so these are the hardness test. Student, any question clear? If you have any doubt, then you can ask about the hardness test. Okay, so hardness scale for the Knoop and the weaker approximately equivalent, means we get the same accuracy by the Knoop test and weaker hardness test. Referred as micro hardness testing. Basic of reload and indenter size. The basic difference between what is happened, the basic difference between formula and the indenter size. The indenter shape is same. We use pyramid indenter for the both weaker and the Knoop hardness test, but size is different. Why this test is suitable for brittle material, ceramic, extremely thin material, okay, expansionally hard, very hollow, and curved are nitride surface. So these are the application for this test. Suitable for testing means this is the application of this weaker and Knoop hardness test. Now, impact test. Okay, so why we go for the impact testing? What is the impact testing? Sometimes what happens, the material bear the very good in the tensile strength as well as compressive strength. Sometimes what happens, the material is enough strength, have enough strength in the tensile as well as compressive, but they are fail in the impact testing. Impact testing, we can, what do you mean? Impact means on the material or component, sudden load is applied. The load is increased suddenly. Okay, like in a component, there is suitable for the 100 kg, and we apply the 10 kg load, and within the microsecond, we just apply the 100 kg load. This is the sudden load, impact load. Okay, 10 to 100 means the load is directly increased to 90 kg. So what happened? The material may be failed due to this sudden load. That's why we measure the impact load condition or impact test. Many machine parts are subjected to sudden load, impact load. sudden load, impact load are the same. Important engineering wise to have material that can withstand impact load without fracturing. Means what happens? If you come in the college when this situation is over, so you go to workshop and there is a bench wise. Okay, what happened the bench wise? The bench wise we fit a material on the bench wise and do the some operation like filing, like grinding, manual working is there. So what happened? We apply the load between two jaws to fix the workpiece. So in here what happened? The load is applied to rotating the handle, and many times what happened? Worker rotate the handle very fast and maybe sudden load is applied on the component or the jaw of the vice bench, and due to this sudden load some failure is there. Okay, so a hard strong may not be suitable with the subjected to soft sudden load. Means hard material or strong material may be not suitable for the subjected to soft sudden load. Capacity of the metal to withstand the impact without fracture, impact resistance or impact strength. Indication of the toughness. Means if any material pass the impact test, then the toughness of that material is much stronger. Okay. You can assume an example. Means what happened? If a person is there and we put 10 kg load at him, then 15 kg, then 30, then 20 kg, means we just increase the load by 5, 5, 4, 4, 3, 3, and we go to the 40 kg. But in the case of increasing the gradually load, we just apply the 30, 35 kg, then maybe person not comfortable for that load and is lay down. So that is the sudden load. Okay. So most of the material which is enough strong in the compressed and tensile strength maybe fail in the impact testing. Method of measuring the toughness, impact testing operator, means where we from the tensile test and compressive test we measure the strength, that is a mechanical property. From the impact testing we test the toughness. Okay. Type of the impact testing, there is two types, Charpy and IZOD. There is Charpy and IZOD. There is two tests. So one by one we go through that. Now see, for this there is a question. A cylindrical specimen of metal having a diameter 12.88 mm and a gauge length of 63.5 mm is tested using a tensile test. Now this question is for the tensile test. The elongation measure as recorded in the table. Plot the stress strain curve on the graph paper provided based on the data in the table 3. Based on the stress strain curve plotted in I, compute the module of the elasticity. Determine the tensile stress. Determine the ductility in the percentage elongation and percentage area reduction. So these data you get from the tensile test by the stress strain diagram. And there is a table. See, here is a table. 0, the initial means load is 0, then elongation is 0, where means we don't apply the load, then there is no elongation, no strain is there, no deformation is there. Now the load is 1380, the elongation 0.03 mm. Now load is increases 2780.06, 5630.12, 7430, that is 0.2. Now the load is increases, and here see the elongation 6.99 means around 7 mm, and the load is 12,500 Newton. A huge load is there. So after the 6.799, fracture will be occur, means the material is breakdown. So how you going to draw the stress strain diagram for this? Just wait for 1 minute.
Sir,
Yes.
सर इलॉन्गेशन कशाने डिनोट करता?
mm, the unit of elongation in mm.
नाही सर, रिप्रेझेंट म्हणजे डिनोट कशाने करता इलॉन्गेशन? सिम्बॉल.
Elongation e, small e. See here. आपको स्ट्रेस स्ट्रेन डायग्राम बनाने के लिए एक्स वाई लाइन आपने ये ड्रॉ किया, और इधर आपका क्या कहते हैं कि मैं आपको डायरेक्ट पीपीटी पे शो करता हूँ. हाँ, ये आपका क्वेश्चन है. दिस इज योर क्वेश्चन, मीन द क्वेश्चन टेबल इज देयर. सो वी जस्ट draw the xy line. This is your E and this is your S. Okay. आपको डिफरेंट बुक में ये सिंबल्स अलग अलग शो होगा. मींस कहीं पे एस से डिनोट करेंगे, कहीं पे सिग्मा से भी स्ट्रेस को डिनोट करते हैं, ई को स्मॉल ई से डिनोट करते हैं, ठीक है, या फिर आपको कभी कभी एफ साइलेंस से भी डिनोट करते हैं, ठीक है. डिफरेंट बुक में आपको नोटेशन डिफरेंट मिलेगा. ये आपका स्मॉल ई, या फिर ये देखिए इस सिंबल से भी आप डिनोट कर सकते हैं। ओके, तो डिफरेंट डिफरेंट बुक में डिफरेंट डिफरेंट सिंबल्स रहता है, लेकिन जब भी आप क्वेश्चन व्हेन यू गोइंग टू सॉल्व द क्वेश्चन देन यू डिनोटेड E equal to strain, sigma equal to stress, okay, R S equal to stress, like that. So here is E. So initial, this is the initial point, and here you can see the load capacity is there. The load capacity is there. What happened? Around 1000 load is increases, more than 1000 load is increases. So what happened? We just put like this. So this one column is equal to 1000 kg or 1000 Newton. So like this is 1000, 2000, 3000, 4000, 5000, 6000, 7000, like that. Two, three, 4, 5, like that till 2. So you take the screenshot of this. That's why you can draw the stress strain diagram, and you can show me the stress strain diagram of particular scale. And here the maximum value of the strain is the 7. Okay, so we can go through the scale with the 0.5, scale with the 0.5. So this is 0.5. स्केल आप अपने अकॉर्डिंग सेलेक्ट कर सकते हैं. यू कैन चूज द स्केल एज पर योर कन्वीनियंट. Like that. In the y-axis, 1 centimeter, like you can measure 1 centimeter equal to 1000 Newton. You can note down the scale, what scale you choose. In the x direction, mm. Okay, because in the x direction the deformation are increments in the form of mm, and in the y direction the increment in the form of Newton. Okay, तो y direction में क्या होगा? 1 centimeter equal to 1000 Newton, because there is 12,000. So how we along this y-axis at least 13 centimeter, at least 13 centimeter means around your 6-inch scale. Around your 6-inch scale is the y-axis, and here what do you say? 0.5, and here 7 mm is there. 7 mm is there, and 1 centimeter equal to 0.5 means your y-axis is also equal to the 6-inch means 15 centimeter. Means you can go through 15 centimeter here and 15 centimeter here. Means you can draw a line X direction 15 centimeter and Y direction for 15 centimeter to draw this table. Okay. And elongation, as I say, many of the book use small e and many of the book use epsilon for the notation of the elongation like this. Okay, this is also correct, this is also correct, but this notation is differ from the different book, and you can prescribe as your convenience. Means when you are going to solve the question, you must write what is this elongation in the mm, what is the elongation in the mm. That's it, there is no problem. So please take the screenshot of this table, and in the next lecture you have to draw the stress strain diagram. So students, any question till here? Student, any question?
No, sir.
Okay.